Move the control panel to an appropriate position. Power up the PC. Power up the controller. Switch on interior working light. Start the Mach 3 program on the touchscreen panel. Press Reset button at least once. Now we have started the Mach 3 program. Set the workpiece origin at the center of the work table. Make sure the screw is tightened up. A loose screw may cause severe damage. Press X, Y, Z button on the control panel to move all axes to their origin. For more accurate setting up of axis origins, press the keyboard Tab key to start up MPG mode. Press Jog Mode button and change to Step mode. Input 0.1 to 0.05 units. Press XYZ button on the control panel. All axes should move to their origin as defined. When finished, turn off MPG mode by pressing Tab key on the keyboard. Set Mach 3 programs XYZ axis position to 0. Load the G-code. Press Cycle Start button. When shutting down system, first close G-code, then shut down Mach 3 program. Turn light off and power off the machine. Then close the program executing panel. And finally, turn off the control PC. The Mach 3 program Reset button is blinking. Press Reset if still no response. Check Emergency Stop button. Press Tab on the keyboard. Check MPG mode is on Continue. If not, press Jog mode to switch to Continue. Check Axis Limit Switch. Check if all axes limit switches are properly connected. Check if motor cable is well connected. Check communication cable to LPT1 is well connected. Please check Config, ports and pins, I/O, port 1, address is on the correct number. While the spindle is running, you may increase or decrease its speed manually. You can increase or decrease the spindle speed by pressing plus or minus on the control screen. At the same time, the feed rate can be changed by pressing plus or minus on the control screen. Your thumb represents the Z-axis positive value. Your index finger represents the Y-axis positive value. Your middle finger represents the X-axis positive value. Press X plus, Y plus, Z plus on the control panel. If spindle's movement does not follow the left-hand rule, go to the Configure menu window. Select Config, Motor Home. Select one or any one that needs to be reversed. If X-axis is disabled, change to Enabled. If Z-axis is disabled, change to Enabled, or vice versa. In the control window, you can input any desired value on all axes limits. There are limit switches to protect against illegal movements which exceed extreme limits. Operation will be forced to stop immediately. When the spindle movement exceeds its limit and touches the switch, it stops immediately. Limit switch reset. Manual auto switch. Turn the manual automatic switch to manual. Press Reset on the control screen. Use Hotkey to move the spindle out of the limit area. Turn the manual automatic switch to auto. Go to the control screen. Select MDI Alt2 page. Input your coordinates here. Press Feed Rate F. Input 600. Then press Enter. Press Input and start inputting the parameters. G01, X10, Y8, A30, B45. Press Enter on the keyboard. This means G-code 01. X-axis 10 units per millimeter. Y-axis 8 units per millimeter. A-axis 30 degrees. B-axis 45 degrees. For further information about G-code coding, please consult the G-code Programming Reference Manual. Select Config from menu bar. Select Navigate Units. Select Metric or Imperial System. Open Windows System control window. Select System icon. Select Hardware. Select Device Manager. Select I/O port, COM and LPT, LPT1, resource. Write down I/O address, E400, for example. Return to main window. Enter Mac3 configuration. Select Config from the upper left menu items and select Ports and Pins. Port 1. Key in the I/O port you wrote down. Example, E400. Press OK. Reselect Config. Ports and Pins. Make sure the port number is on the correct number. Select Config. Ports and Pins. From the menu bar, select Motor Outputs. Set up table as shown on User Manual. When finished with setting up the pin table, you need to press the Apply key to apply this table. Before moving on to the next setup process, set up item Input Signals. Input your port number and PIN number. Press Apply when complete. This table sets up the limit switch's PIN numbers as shown on user manual. Scroll down the menu to E-stop. Check the number is correct. Then press Apply. All settings, please refer to your manual. Select Output Signals. Output number 1. Pin number, key in 17. Output number 2. Pin number, key in 16. Press Apply. Select item Spindle Setup. In Motor Control Settings, select Use Spindle Motor Output. Press OK. Motor Control Pulse Width Modulation Control, Enable. Check mark in the square box. Press Apply and OK to exit. Select Config. Select Motor Tuning. A Motor Tuning and Setup pop-up window appears. Select axes respectively. Press X axis. All volumes, please refer to your manual. After entering the volumes, press Save Axis Settings button. Proceed on Y-axis, Z-axis, A-axis, B-axis setup. Select Config. Select System Hotkeys. A System Hotkey Setup pop-up window appears. Select an item you wish to set up a hotkey for. Press a selected key on the hotkey panel when a pop-up response box appears. Repeat to set up all axes. Press OK when finished. Enter Mach3 config. Select Spindle Pulleys. Key in Max Speed 24,000 RPM. Press OK. Press the Reset button. When the hotkey fails without warning, select Config, select System Hotkeys, select X++. When pop-up menu appears, press the appropriate button at the bottom of the control panel. Select X-, Y+, Y-, Z+, Z- one at a time, and repeat the previous steps. Move the spindle out of the workpiece. Remember the working line number which the program is working on. Press the blank space and key in the line number. Press Enter. Press Run from here. Use two wrenches. One holds while the other one loosens the hexagonal nut. make sure the screw is tightened up. A loose screw may cause severe damage.